What's going on, my PT peeps, my Walking Dead family, and my fighters? I'm One Eyebrow, also known as PT. You don't know if I'm winking or blinking, but I'm definitely thinking about the Walking Dead universe, Fear the Walking Dead, Season 6, Episode 3, and did you catch these things from Fear the Walking Dead, Season 6, Episode 3? Obviously, spoiler warning for all things Walking Dead. Shows, comics, spin-offs, movies, spoiler warning. And before I get to it, I know some of these you might not agree with, and that's okay. We'll agree to disagree. But first, let's start from the beginning. Morgan, he gets the crib and the mobile, I don't even know how to say that. The thing with the horses. He goes back from Season 6, Episode 1. He gets the crib, he gets that thing right there and gives it to Rachel. It's a nice callback for sure from a couple episodes ago. And it's also a callback to the carousel that Morgan and Grace were on in Season 5. It's a nice callback, and I wonder when we're going to see Grace. Also, do you think Morgan and Grace will or should end up together? I guess one or the other, but do you think Grace and Morgan will end up together? Let me know in the comments. Then we see Morgan being a craftsman, being a carpenter, being a woodworker, whatever you want to call him. He's got skills. And at first I was like, man, how does he know how to do all this stuff? He can do this, he can do that. Really? He can do it all. And it just makes you wonder. I mean, when in doubt, give it to Morgan on this show, right? But he has a lot of skills. And I'm like, man, where did this come from? But then people in the comments said, well, he did do this and he did do that. And you're like, man, I guess you're right. Morgan has done a lot throughout the Walking Dead universe, besides making this awesome weapon. If you think about it, he set up all these booby traps in Season 3 when he came back around in the little town that he took over, right? That definitely takes some craftsmanship. Also, he built a jail cell from nothing. I don't know, did he read a book from the library and was like, how to build a jail cell? I don't know. Morgan's got skills and it's pretty awesome. Now let's look at the licenses, the driver licenses. And you see Arizona, there's a Montana, there's an Alaska. One, what are the odds that the zombies, the walkers, would have licenses on them? Why would they have their wallets, right? Are they like, oh, I got to go to the ATM and get something right here? And also, if you follow the world beyond, you know the map right here and there's question marks all over it. Some of those states are there for sure on the map. I don't know if it connects or not, but I thought it was interesting. Now, this walker is a far-fetched reach. It's just a discussion. I know that people are like, that's reaching. Come on, you're reaching. But look at this lady right here. She looks somewhat like Daniel Salazar's deceased wife. In Season 2, Daniel was hallucinating and saw her, and we're like, oh man, is that her? No, it's not, but it just kind of looks like her. And I know some people were thinking that Daniel could be hallucinating, and we weren't sure if this was a callback to that or not, but you never know. We got some information now that it probably isn't connected with Daniel whatsoever because Daniel was not in this episode, but they were in a funeral home. When and where did we see a funeral home on The Walking Dead? In Season 4 with Daryl and Beth. It's not the same funeral home, and you know, they would probably be able to go to different funeral homes, but we've never seen it. But I immediately was like, Beth and Daryl, Season 4, they went to a funeral home and somebody did the same thing with a walker. Well, I guess it wasn't a walker, it was a dead body that was preserved and really embalmed for a funeral. Now, Dwight finds the beer, right? A couple things from this picture, as the beer is a callback to Sherry with pretzels. Also, the brain anatomy chart. Why is that there? Were they dissecting the brain and doing something with it? Only in a zombie apocalypse would you see brain charts on the wall. Here, maybe they're common for a funeral home, but I just think it's out of place. Also, the GoPros, that's obvious. We knew that. We'll talk about that later. But as soon as I saw the beer, and especially when Dwight said about the pretzels, you're like, there they are, right there from Dwight's last episode on The Walking Dead before he left to go find Sherry. And we're really glad he finally found Sherry. And if this doesn't scream a zombie apocalypse, look at this. They're outside, just chit-chatting on a coffin, drinking beer. Man, good times. I love the callbacks to Honey. I know this says honeymoon, but in one of them she says honey because she wrote a couple different notes to Dwight over on The Walking Dead. And I'm really glad they're finally reunited. Now, this picture isn't in this episode or anything to do with it, but some people are just realizing it now that that's the symbol for CRM. And it was way back when on The Walking Dead. Now we got to talk about the Alaska license. Also, it says Class A, so there's another A in the world of The Walking Dead. But Alaska, see the license. Also, I see it as a nice connecting point Easter egg to the Alaska license plate that Aaron found in Aaron's game of the license plate game. And it makes people wonder and ask the question, are they related? I recently made a video that I'll talk about that in the video why and why not. I'll break down both sides of why they could be and why they aren't most likely, but you never know. Now look at the license from Arizona. A couple things here. One, Althea is probably keeping them in order, alphabetical order, and she's got a big group there of different licenses, and they're most likely in alphabetical order. The other thing is that it's a Class D license, so not everything says Class A, so the Alaska one is a Class A. Also, the name, Randall Perez. Randall from Season 2 of The Walking Dead. They could have picked any name they wanted to. They could have picked Randy Perez, but they went with Randall. So I'm going with it's a callback to The Walking Dead Season 2, and I know not everybody will agree that it is. But if you can, guys, and you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. Help us achieve that goal of 100,000 subscribers. We need your help to achieve it. Make sure you're notified when we post videos every day. And also, I want to give a big shout out to my subscribers, my members, and my patrons. Thank you very much. I truly, truly appreciate it. Now, Althea was on the roof. She was talking to Isabel on the radio. She was looking at a helicopter on the roof, and it takes us back to many times we've seen a helicopter. This is one of many helicopters that we've seen over the course of The Walking Dead, and I know it has nothing to do with Rick, but it made me remember Rick on the roof, on the radio, talking on the radio, and also him talking with Morales on top of the building on the roof, and he called him Helicopter Boy. And I know Rick's not there, but it was just a nice thing for me. Also, did you catch this foreshadowing hint? It's a bell. Isabel came back around. So I can't wait to see how this character is connected with the Walking Dead universe. Is she going to be seen again? She's got to be, right? There's no way that it shouldn't be. And I personally don't know why they were calling her Beer Lady, but I didn't get the joke. Please let me know in the comments below, what is the inside joke of Beer Lady? I didn't go back and watch season 5, episode 5, when Isabel and Althea met, and that was their episode together. Season 5, episode 5. Please let me know in the comments. And we got the crate. We see some beers, we see some supplies, probably ready to eat meals, some medication. And I wonder if that's like fresh beer, right? But also, why was CRM dropping stuff off here? They're not giving it to people. They're not handing it out like the Red Cross. And all I have to say is that's a lot of Cipro, right? So if the bubonic plague is kind of in the area and the guys with the spray paint cans are, something involved with that, this will come back around to save a lot of people. And I wonder if Jenny's communities are going to be infected and they're going to have to use that medication, because I could see that coming back around. That's a lot of Cipro. But we'll have to see how it plays out. Also, Althea took the beer. And I thought it was funny. After rewatching it, I'm like, yep, she's taking that beer. Hopefully that beer is not skunked. Also, paradise. Escape to paradise. Why does that mean anything? Because if you know, this is just a poster on the wall. But one of Jenny's communities is called Paradise Ridge. And Althea was like, nope. She was not taking Nora's people to go see Jenny. So I wonder how that's going to affect things. Althea's group going against Jenny's group. I don't know how it's going to play out, but there could be a lot of people going against Jenny. And one of those people could be the people with the spray paint can. Now, it was obvious that we saw this at the end. They highlighted it, and it's the same group because the spray paint can, we knew that was connected with the spray paint on the wall. The end is the beginning, connected with the two guys from the submarine. The spray paint can, they spray painted the same message on the side of the submarine. So what are these two up to? Did they really bring around the rats to spread the bubonic plague? And are they using biological warfare to hurt people? Are these people going to go against Virginia? And what are they going to do with this submarine? And the nuclear missiles, the nuclear capabilities for it, are they going to try and just kill more people? Don't know. But like I said before, it was really great to see Dwight and Sherry. It was a nice moment at the end of the episode, and we're like, about time, right? I don't know about you, but I was like, yes, Dwight and Sherry are finally together. I don't care if it's far-fetched, if she was just in the area, how did she see the flare? I'm just glad it's over with, and I'm glad everybody can move on. Sherry and Dwight are together. But now let's talk about the GoPros, right? It's a much better idea to have your hands free instead of this guy, and really what they've done previously with the cameras. I could understand, using a camera for capturing video stuff, but it's like, wow, you've almost died several times with trying to record video. And what's up with Althea? When she was almost bit by this walker, I was like, what are you doing? Be smarter than that. And also, how did the walker just come out of the back room and not make noise before that? And if you like this video and the channel, guys, give us a thumbs up. Liking the video is an easy way to support the channel. We thank you very much. But did you catch these things? Did I miss anything? And also, I think of Fueler beer as Bueller beer. Anyone? Bueller? Hope you'll get that reference. But there you go, guys. Season 6, Episode 3. All the episodes have been good. Some far-fetched stuff, but I've come to accept that. That's part of the show. I'm enjoying Fear the Walking Dead so far. Hopefully you are too. Thank you guys. Let me know your thoughts. Stay safe and tell them, Daryl.
Yo, we love you guys.